There are several steps to name the secondary and tertiary amine. Step 1. Find the parent chain which is longest carbon chain bonded to nitrogen. Step 2. Name the other groups as alkyls preceded by NN. Step 3. Write the substituents followed by the parent chain with amine. Examples: parent chain is butane, and alkyl is methyl, and IUPAC name is N-methyl butan 1-amine or N-methyl 1-butanamine. Second example, parent chain is cyclopentane and alkyl is ethyl, and the full name is N-ethyl cyclopentanamine. Next example, parent chain is heptane and alkyl is methyl, and the full name is N-N-dimethyl heptane 3-amine or N-N-dimethyl 3-heptanamine. The substituents are listed in alphabetical order regardless of whether they are connected to the nitrogen or to the parent chain. Example: we have the parent chain heptane and alkyl is methyl, and another substituent on the parent chain is bromo. So, the IUPAC nomenclature for this compound is 6-bromo NN-dimethyl heptane 3-amine or 6-bromo NN-dimethyl 3-heptanamine. Okay, the methyl group are listed after the bromo even though they are connected to the nitrogen while the bromo is on the carbon chain. Another example, we choose parent chain as butane and alkyl is methyl and ethyl, and another substituent on the parent chain is methyl. Okay, so the full name is N-ethyl 3-methyl N-propyl butan 1-amine. The order of alkyl group goes from nitrogen ethyl, parent chain methyl, and nitrogen propyl, which shows once again that we are prioritizing them in the alphabetical order. Okay, next we go to the first example for secondary amine. Okay, so since this one is a secondary amine, how you want to choose the parent chain? Okay, look at the R group, the longest R group bonded to N. So the first R group is 6 carbon. Okay, this one is a second R group, R prime group, which is 1 carbon. So we choose the longest continuous carbon chain that bonded to N as a parent chain. So name of parent chain called as aniline, and then you have a substituent methyl bonded to N. So name of this amine is N-methyl aniline. Okay, next example. Okay, this one also secondary amine. So find the longest R group bonded to amino. Okay, for the first R group is 2 carbon, and second R group is 3 carbon. Okay, so we choose the longest continuous carbon chain, which is 3 carbon that bonded to amino group. So next we label the carbon chain. carbon that bonded to N as give the lowest number 1, 2, and carbon number 3. So the position of amino at carbon number 1, and then you have a substituent we call it as ethyl bonded to amine. So the name for this amine is N-ethyl propanamine, which is secondary amine. Continue with the example. Okay, this one is a tertiary amine, okay, which is 3R group bonded to N. So identify the longest continuous carbon chain that bonded to N. So the first R is 6 carbon, second R 1 carbon, and the third R is 2 carbon. So the longest continuous carbon chain that bonded to N refer to 6 carbon. So we call as aniline as a parent chain. Okay, after that, identify the substituent, name the substituent. 1 carbon is methyl, 2 carbon is ethyl, and then you have one more substituent called as chloro. Okay, so look at the chloro. Chloro bonded to benzene ring, so we give the position of chloro. Okay, numbering the carbon in benzene ring. So carbon directly bonded to amino group as carbon number 1. Okay, so the position of chloro as carbon number 4. Okay, so you arrange the substituent alphabetically order. So name of the amine is 4-chloro, N-ethyl, N-methyl, aniline, which is tertiary aromatic amine. Next example. Okay, find the longest R group bonded to N. So the first R 1 carbon, second R also 1 carbon, the third R is 2 carbon. So we choose 2 carbon that bonded to amino group as parent chain, and then you have 2 substituent bonded to amino group, which is methyl. Since you have 2 methyl, so state as dimethyl bonded to N. So you state the N twice. So name of this amine is N-dimethyl ethanamine, and then class of amine is tertiary aliphatic amine.